fourth grade, I hope you're ready for a number line with decimals challenge. So for this challenge, you need either a pencil and some paper or a whiteboard and a dry erase marker. So pause this video and go get either or of those things. I will wait for you. Okay, so hopefully you're back and you have your materials ready. Before we get started, I just want to show you this number line. Remember the other day, or maybe earlier today, depending on when you're taking on this challenge, you saw this number line and we decided what the halfway point was. And we said, well, if you want to say it could be 5/10, or you could say it's 50/100, depending on like the model you're using. Both of those would be halfway between 0 and 1. Now I want you to think about what would be halfway between 0 and 5/10, or 0 and 50/100. I like to think about coins. So when I think about coins, I think about that 50 as being 50 cents. And I know 50 cents is 2 quarters. So 1 quarter must be that halfway point. So that would be 25/100. Oh, and I spoiled it. The other one must be 3 quarters. That would be 75 cents or 75/100. Okay, now that we've established that, here is your challenge. I want you to write down what decimal belongs on that part of the number line where you see the red arrow. Pause this video and play it again when you have your answer. Okay, hopefully you put, drumroll please, 3/10 or 30/100. So if you counted by tenths, you could have said this was 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10/10, which is 1 whole. Or you could have skip counted by 10/100. So 10/100, 20/100, 30/100. Either way, you probably recognize that this number line was broken up into 10 pieces. So if it's broken up into 10 pieces, then this would be 1, 2, 3/10, or 30/100. Let's try another one. Ooh, now you have to find what decimal are both of these red arrows pointing to. Pause this video and don't play it until you think you have an answer written down on your notebook paper. Okay, if you are playing this video now, that means you think you know what decimals belong on this number line. So the answer is, drumroll please, 5/10 or 50/100. Woohoo! I hope you got it. Surely you recognize that this number or this line was halfway between 0 and 1. And we know what the halfway is between 0 and 1, right? It's either 5/10 or 50/100. Remember, if I just like cover up the 0 with my mouse, if I just take it off that number, I'm not moving that 5 out of its place. That's how we know they're equal. So now you had to think about what was halfway between 1 and 2. What is it? Drum roll, please. I'm listening for your drum roll. I don't hear it. I don't hear it. Oh, there it goes. What is it? Woohoo! It's either 1 and 5/10 or 1 and 50/100. So it looks a lot like this one over here, except look at our whole numbers. We don't have any holes yet because we haven't even made it to the number 1. But over here, we've passed the number 1, so we have at least 1 hole, but we're not quite at 2, and that's where our decimals come in. Let's try another one. Oh, man. Okay, you guys know the drill. You've got 4 arrows. Pause this video and do not play it until you have your answer. All right, if you've played this video, that means you think you know what decimal number lies where all of those arrows are. Are you ready to see the answers? Drum roll, please. Ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum. Did you get 5/10? Halfway between 0 and 1. Did you get 1 and 5/10? Again, we're halfway between 1 and 2. 2 and 5/10. Look, we're halfway between 2 and 3. Oh my goodness. If you got any of those wrong, I wonder if you're seeing a pattern here. We're halfway between 4 and 5. So what is it? 4 and 5/10. I think you guys are getting really good at this. So far, the key has really been to look for those halfway points. Okay, here's your next challenge. You know what to do. Pause the video and do not play it until you think you have your answer from your own brain. Okay, if you hit play, that means you think you have an answer. Let's see what you got. Drum roll. Ooh, did you get 2/10? This one was tricky, man. Look here. Maybe you tried to find a halfway point, but you noticed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jumps to get to 1. So if you would have said 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10, that wouldn't have worked. But if you skip count not by 1, but 2, 2/10, 4/10. What's skip counting? What is it next? After 4/10 we'd have 6/10. So remember, normally from 0 to 1, you see 10 dashes total or 10 jumps because we usually like to divide it up by 10. But if we're not seeing 10 jumps and we're only seeing 5 jumps, that means we have to double up on our jumps, right? We're counting by 2s. 2, 4, 6/10. Okay, so if that pattern continues, here's 1, 1 and 2/10, 1 and 4/10, 1 and 2, 4, 6/10, 1 and 8/10. That one was kind of trickier because so far we've mainly just been looking at the halfway point. So I hope this one didn't trick you. If it did, that's okay. I would love for you to continue practicing with it and don't let it trick you again. All right, you guys. I hope you enjoyed that practice with me today. Hopefully you're getting pretty good at looking at decimals on number lines, and I will see you all later. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.